Hey everybody, the day has arrived. There's a new metal detector on the horizon for Minelab Metal Detectors. Looks like it's the Minelab Manticore, which means the beast. So on with me tonight is Casey Oberreuter. He is the king of Detecting the Heartland. He is him and his wife are the originators of Detecting the Heartland. Fantastic group. Almost 10,000 members now, just a couple
Yes.
hundred away. Uh, so we'll get right into it, Casey. First impressions. What do you think of the pictures of it here?
Oh man, it is the first word that comes to mind when I saw it was sleek. It's just a really nice looking machine. Sharp. It's just I think it's really going to be a good machine and kind of almost a upgrade from the Knox, which is really saying a lot because the Knox is a great machine itself.
Yeah, so I mean that kind of leads into the next question I had for you is where you think it'll line up in the MindLab machine. So obviously you think it's going to be a little bit above the Equinox, and probably below like the E-Track or the CTX. You think?
Right. I almost hope that it's a combination of them, picking the good things from the Knox and the great things from the CTX and E-Track. Maybe integrating some technologies within those. But it just definitely looks like a nicer, or not a nicer, but just a step up from the Knox. But yet, it's hard to beat the CTX because the CTX and E-Track are just great machines. But it may be close to that, kind of integrating those technologies, maybe a hybrid of sorts.
Absolutely, I think so too. Um, I actually did a confidential survey with MindLab as a Detexpert about a year ago, and that was actually one of my feedback points. They asked what I would want to see as a consumer out of a machine, and that's exactly what my answer was. I loved some of those pieces out of the CTX, and I loved a lot of the pieces out of the Equinox. So I'm really, really hoping that this is truly a VLF machine that falls right into that range.
Right.
I'm pretty excited about
Right.
it. So moving on to the control box, we have a close up of the control box here. What do you kind of speculate? Like, what do you see there? What do we have going on? Can you kind of break it down? What you think is on there?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see in the picture a little bit, but I definitely see something about the multi-frequency IQ technology. So I would definitely say it's going to be a multi-frequency machine, which we would expect from MindLab, which is great. Love that. I'd say there's something similar down there with Target as far as the CTX goes too. So that's why I'm thinking it may have what do you call the target tracing, basically, of the
Yeah,
CTX.
it almost looks like the lower half there. If you look at the three little icons below the screen, you have your horseshoe with you're turning your iron on and off. Your middle
Right.
one's your settings. The third one over looks like it might be a way to notch out your signals, um,
Yeah.
for
Agreed.
discrimination. And then, they have that little black dot on there, and it looks very
Mm-hmm.
much like the target tracing with the CTX. So that was part of what my feedback was. Is I love the target tracing of the CTX. So I'm really hoping that that is exactly what that is. What
Yes.
else are we seeing on there?
Like you said, the iron bias is there. And it looks maybe like it might be a 1 to 99 machine, which is different from MindLab recently, anyway.
Yeah, they throw
You know,
you're right. They throw the 88 on there. So does that mean it's going
yeah.
1 to 99? I would kind of like that actually. The how they have it set up now, where it goes 1 through 40, it's or 1 through 39, 40, whatever. It's almost gives it a kind of a range where maybe this will narrow it down.
Limited.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
to very specific numbers. um, and you have all your standard other little icons on there, like your headphones, your Bluetooth, your battery power. It looks like the down arrow when you're detecting. It looks like that'll be possibly your pinpoint button. They got the
Yeah, I
little
think
target.
so.
Yeah, they have the little target on there. Um, yeah, so I mean, it'll be interesting seeing what actually comes about it. But I think that kind of covers what we can see on there. Looking at the close-up of the arm cuff photo, does it look like it could be a full carbon fiber shaft, or what are you kind of thinking on there?
Yes, I think you're exactly right, which that's really exciting. You don't have to
Yeah.
buy aftermarket carbon shafts and order it separately. Having it along with would be outstanding.
Unless you want
And if
certain,
it's,
unless you want certain colors, I could see that coming.
oh yeah. People I'm sure will still choose their own colors. That's a good point, but
Yeah.
having that included will make it only that much lighter too.
Yeah.
The Nox is crazy light to begin with, but having that carbon shaft makes even more light. So if it's a CTX similarity with that carbon shaft, it'll definitely help as far as the weight goes, compared to a CTX.
Sure. Absolutely.
And I think that armrest, I don't know about what you think, but that armrest and the cuff looks a lot heavier duty than even the Nox, which is one of the only complaints I've ever heard about the Nox was that potentially breaking and having broke for folks. So having that upgraded and more durable would be outstanding too, and that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know if it's actually like some sort of aluminum metal or something, or if it's still
Yeah,
plastic, but it does look heavier duty, and it even looks like it has good adjustment on it where you can slide it further up the shaft or further down the shaft as well.
right. Easier. Yeah.
Moving on to the photo that they have of the coil, they're picturing looks like a 15-inch coil, an M15 is what's on it. Do you feel that that's what's gonna, be the stock coil for it?
Yeah. By the looks of it, I bet it is, which would be exciting in my opinion. It's like the perfect size. I had a 15-inch for when I first got into the hobby with my beginner technetics. I got a aftermarket coil for it. It was a 15-inch, and I just loved it. It was a perfect size, not too big, not too small. So 15-inch. I think what did Knox is an 11-inch, the stock coil, I believe.
It sounds right.
So yeah, I'm almost sure. So it'll be an upgrade from that, I think. Cover a little bit more ground and still have the good separation. So yeah, that'd be awesome if that's included as well.
Yeah. Do you speculate that, obviously we don't know answers to any of this, but do you think,
Right?
obviously they'll have smaller coils. Do you think they're going to offer a bigger coil than a 15?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Just like their past machines offer a bigger one and a smaller one, I would guess.
Yeah.
Knowing the Minelab, they come through in that way for sure.
Yeah. I don't know that they'll have two smaller coils, but potentially.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see a couple.
Same picture when you're kind of looking at the design of it. Um, looking at the connection of how they have the coil attached to the shaft. Does it look to you like that the Minelab engineers came up with a new design? Possibly to help strengthen. Like I don't know if there's still
Perfect.
ears on it or it looks different to me. What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely looks like a different engineering, like you said, heavier duty once again, in my opinion, by the looks of it, and a lot less likely to break down in that area as well. I
Yeah,
would definitely agree with that.
absolutely. So I think they've kind of taken some flaws or things that they've had issues with, consumer wise from the past machines, and really stepped up and fixed some of those issues. And
Right.
hopefully we don't see things like that, with this new machine once it comes out. So with the Manicore, what's your overall excitement level? What are you thinking?
Really excited. I haven't bought a new detector since the Knox 800 came out, but this is making me second guess at it. Maybe we'll be purchasing a new detector for the first time in years, so definitely excited.
Yeah, I would agree. I can't wait. Like I said, it really looks like it might have what all of my feedback entailed with them. Not saying that they did anything different than what they were going to do. It's just really nice to
Right.
see that what I was hoping for is coming to fruition, hopefully. So we will see what happens when it actually rolls out. But man, I'm pretty stoked about what's coming. We'll see. what happens when it rolls out, what's in the details, what features it
Right.
has. I mean, there's so many fun things to think about until it actually is in our hands. So, uh,
Yes.
thank you so much, Casey. I appreciate you hopping on with me tonight and kind of going over what your first thoughts are on the machine and, kind of trying to figure out what it might offer to our
Right.
to all the folks out there. So a lot of people are pretty excited. I think Minelab kind of broke the internet earlier today.
I
So
think so.
anything else you want to throw on before we call it?
No, I don't think so. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you later.